Gear Seekers, I'm Nick. If you remember back to Computex, NZXT showed off refreshes of their current lineup, and NZXT refreshed their big boy, the H710i, and they're replacing it with the H710i. I feel as though 2019 has been filled with a whole lot of refreshes. In this video, we built a balls-to-the-wall rig featuring the Ryzen 9 3900X and the RTX 2080 Ti in the brand spanking new NZXT H710i. Like usual, this is not a permanent system, however, because you guys love the last few videos we did with benchmarks, we decided that we're just going to keep doing them from now on, so stick around till a little bit later to see how it did. Also, make sure you watch the whole video until the end because we get a lot of comments about things that we do in our builds, and we almost always answer them in these videos, so yeah, make sure you watch the whole video. There's also a PC part picker list in the description as well for those who are keen to see what all the parts are, and what we used, and how much it all cost. Okay, let's do a build. parts because I'm pretty sure you guys want to know. The motherboard is the brand new Gigabyte X570 AORUS Master. This board is an absolute beast and has more connectivity and features than you could possibly imagine. The CPU is the AMD Ryzen 9 3900X. The 3900X is a 12-core, 24-threaded content creation and gaming powerhouse. It's crazy to see such a high core count chip on a desktop platform. Who would have thought? We've been saving the CPU for a build like this, which is why you haven't seen us use it yet. To cool the 3900X, we'll use the NZXT Kraken X72. The X72 is a 360mm AIO and quite easily keeps the 3900X nice and cool. The GPU that we use is the AORUS XTREME RTX 2080 Ti. It doesn't have the best cooling for a 2080 Ti, but it's easily the best looking 2080 Ti. The RAM chosen was 16 gigs of Team Group Delta RGB at 3200 MHz. This is some of the best value RAM on the market right now, and the reason why we use it is because this is some of the only RGB memory that we have at the moment, so yeah. We're getting more, don't worry. Lastly, the case. It's the brand new NZXT H710i. Now, this video is not a review of this case, basically because we ran out of time. You guys have been seeing how much stuff we've been pumping out lately, and yeah, it just got away from us. So yeah, before I tear this down, I'll probably revisit it and do some thermal testing then. But yeah, by the time you see this video, someone else probably would have already have done all that testing and they would have made some complaints about why they don't like this case. But yeah, that's not what we're here for. As far as building is concerned, it's exactly the same to build in as the older NZXT H700. There's almost nothing different with this case except for the addition of USB Type-C on the top. Cable management is awesome. It's the same as every other NZXT case, and like other NZXT cases, it has plenty of included Velcro tie downs and they're all pre-installed as well. It's got lots of additional cable tie downs as well. The included smart controller is quite nice, and yeah, there's also lighting included inside of the case too, so you don't really need to add additional lighting strips. The airflow appears to be decent enough. I daily drove the old H700 for about 6 months, and as far as cooling, the H710i appears to be about the same. Now, I know some reviewers out there will complain about NZXT not improving airflow, or they'll complain about design choices or lack of improvements, but that's not the point of this case. I think NZXT just wanted to add some new front panel I/O to the case, and they already know that this case is going to sell, so if it ain't broke, why bother fixing it? Now, some of the other minor changes that they've made with this case are the hard drive cages. They slightly changed them. They made them more adjustable. There's new SSD mounts on the backside. And yeah, other than that, it's more of the same. I personally, I think the H700 was a nice case. And yeah, it's a really minimal refresh. And I don't think it's really supposed to be a new case. Yeah, anyway, the case itself is pretty easy to build in. And if I'm honest, it's the same as the H700. Yeah. Anyway, let's talk fans and lighting and aesthetics because everyone loves all that stuff. The cable extensions are the new Cooler Master paracord cable extensions in black and white. The fans used were 4 Air 2 on the top and the rear. The stock fans that came with the Kraken X72 were used because you can't see them, and all the lighting was configured in NZXT Cam and Gigabyte's RGB Fusion. Okay. It's benchmarking time. Just be aware that I didn't test this system with every single game or every single benchmark on earth because there's just not enough hours in the day. I used our usual suite of benchmarks so you can see how this build did compared to the other builds that we do on the channel. Okay, let's see how it did. This build turned out really nice, the performance is impressive, and overall I think it's a pretty killer system. I'm almost tempted to leave this system together for a permanent system for myself, but I got plans for these parts. Just wait till next week, you're gonna see what we're gonna do with them. If you're interested in any of the parts in this build, there are links in the description down below, and there's also a PC part picker list. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. If you didn't like this video, you know what to do, and tell us what you hated about it. Once again, thank you so very much for watching. I'm your boy Nick with Gear Seekers. You peek, we seek. And if you got to this point of the video, yes, we make the music and we've got a Patreon. Everyone always asks where the music comes from. It's from me. I make the music. Thanks for watching.